Hi everybody, it's Sally from Sally Stampers. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm bringing you this cute little card that I actually made at my team retreat that I went to last weekend. As I'm sure you know from all the publicity about it, we were on stage, which was absolutely amazing, as always, can never fault it. And the day after we had a team retreat where we all got together and my lovely upline, or second upline should I say, gave us a beautiful stamp and got us making these cards. Now the actual idea isn't mine, it comes from another lady whose name escapes me, but she actually designed this stamp set. I was completely unawares, I didn't realise, but apparently the date on the wine bottle there is actually the date that she got married, which I think is amazing. But yeah, so it wasn't a stamp set that I'd looked at in the catalogue. It wasn't one that I picked out. I'm not a drinker, and most of my friends and family don't drink either, so to me I just went straight past it because it just didn't appeal to my family and my tastes. They're saying that obviously there are people out there that do have a glass of wine of an evening or have a glass of wine with their meal, so I know that it does appeal to a lot of other people. But the reason we made up these cards is, I don't know if you can see, but on the top wine glasses there, you can see them shining. They've actually just got the fine tip glue pen over the top of them, which just makes them shine. If you have a look, and I'm sure they'll be on Pinterest and all sorts now, but if you have a look, quite a lot of my fellow demonstrators had made these, and they did the wine bottle and they filled all of this bit with the glue, so the bottle was shiny and the large glass. It was fabulous. So I'm going to show you how to do it, and it is a quick and easy card. And as you can see, I've completely gone non-traditional, so I have rich raspberry and so saffron, and I've mixed the two up on here, as you can see. And I'm going to show you how I made them, and like I said, it is a relatively simple card. The only bit that's time consuming is this bit, and I've already done this because I knew that it would be so boring watching me colour each wine glass in. For these ones we did use blender pens. For this one I've actually used the marker just because it was quicker and easier for me to do, but obviously you can use the marker, the blender pens, no problem. So I'm just going to pop them to one side. So I have my base here, which is the A4 cut in half and scored in half, and then I have my panel that is 1/2 centimetre shorter and 1/2 centimetre longer that will sit on the top there. So let's get that stuck down while we're here. On stage is just the most amazing time, honestly, and there are so many advantages to being a demonstrator, and not just for going to on stage, but you know, going there I met up with so many friends who I'm happy to say that are my friends that I only see every 6 months when Stampin' Up's on stage comes round. We love what we do, we share it with each other, and it is fantastic. You can just sit and talk to somebody. Oh, have you seen this new glue? Have you seen this new stamp set? And they're as excited as you are, and it is fantastic, and I absolutely love it, honestly. I'm like a kid at Christmas, I really am. So back to this card. So as you can see, I have my white and my layer and my white and my layer. This is for my sentiment. So the white one is 2 inches by 1.5, that's for the sentiment, and the layer will be 2 1/4 by 1 3/4, so that you get that nice border. And then for the large wine glasses, this piece that I'm using is slightly smaller than my original cards, and this is 2 1/2 by 2, which means this will be 2 3/4 by 2 1/4, and again it will have that same border around it. So I'm just going to quickly go in with my memento, and I'm going to stamp my Merry Christmas, which would help if I had my blocks. So just with my memento, I'm just going to stamp my Merry Christmas, and I'm going to do it a bit lower down simply because I want to add my holly leaf. So taken the sentiment there, there's the holly leaf, and while I have it, I'm just going to pop my wine glasses on as well and stamp those because I want to place those before I do my holly leaf. So the only reason I'm using this memento is just because it doesn't bleed as much as any of the others when you're using the blender pen or the glue. Okay, so that's the glasses done. So I just want to pop my holly leaves on. Forgot to put my phone on silent. That wasn't very clever, was it? Let's switch that off. So I'm just going to pop some holly leaves on, and yes, these have gone slightly off the edge, but that's fine. So I'll just give that a quick clean. Okay, so oops. So put that to one side, and so now all I'm going to do is just grab my Rich Razzleberry and So Saffron marker. You could use the blenders. I don't want to. I still love the markers, and I'm just going to give them a quick colour. So there's my white wine, and this is my red, and I suppose you could go with a lighter one. When you're using your blender pen, you could go for a shade lighter and do a rosé, maybe. You could do anything you like with these glasses, but you can see why I coloured that backing sheet in before, because it would have taken me forever. So that's those done, and then I'm just going to grab my real red and garden green, and obviously this is for the berries and the holly leaves. There we go. And then the garden green just colour those holly leaves in. It just sort of adds that festive touch to a non-traditional coloured card, I think. Right, so I'm going to stick my sentiment on. Simple as that. So just put some snail on and pop it on there, and then just a couple of dimensionals on the back. These are just fabulous. You really don't need many dimensionals on the back of these. And I'm just going to pop this one on. So this just goes, and the other good thing with this is, if you've noticed just on here, I just caught the ink pad on the top there, and I went over the glass there, but I'm fine because I'm hoping that that will be covered when I stick my other glasses on. So that's that bit done. I'm going to stick this on now, simply because when you do the glue you have to leave it to dry, and I don't want to lose this bit or, you know, misplace it or whatever, or knock it. So I'm just going to pop my dimensionals on and stick it to my card, and then I'll do the glue bit. Obviously if you've got plenty of time and space, which I don't have, you can leave them to dry. They don't take hours, but equally they don't just dry in minutes either. It does take a little bit of time. So stick that on there, and then just simply get to your glue tip pen, and let me zoom it in for you here. Hopefully that will focus. There we go. And you just simply get your glue tip pen, and once it starts to come out, it will just go where you put it. So you just fill in the wine glasses as you go along. And that's it. That's all there is to it. If you recall, I did this technique in one of my card classes. I think it was not last month, the month before, and we actually did this technique with the reindeer's nose on Cookie Cut Christmas, so that Rudolph had a shiny red nose. So hopefully you can see there that that now has the shiny glue on, and I think they look fabulous. Let me, oops, wrong way, zoom back out. There we go. And so obviously those two are mixed up. This one is just all used Rich Razzleberry. I didn't use any So Saffron on this one. You just leave it to dry, like I said, and eventually it will dry, and you'll get this beautiful shiny and slightly raised effect actually, which I think is really pretty, and it just adds a little bit of bling to a card without having any bling. if that makes sense. But I just love them, and that's all from just one stamp set, half full, and the fine tip glue pen. That's all you need, and either a blender pen or your markers, or even the amazing new Stampin' blends. But that's my little project for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and hope to see you all again soon. Bye!